Jocko, something I would be very interested in listening to you discuss is the art of disarming people with words. Yeah, not hand to hand.
Yeah, and good question. How do we disarm people? And good thing tonight we talked about maneuver warfare, because we already know that we're not going to attack the strong point. We're going to look for the gaps. We're going to look for the weaknesses. We're going to look for the openings. So what does that mean? That means if we're dealing with someone that has a big ego, we're going to sidestep that. We might even throw some compliments out there. I might be saying, Echo, you're so good at doing this right here. I could use some help doing that. And now we're getting around his ego. Now we can start getting into his head. If the person's over aggressive, maybe you just have to be a little bit more accepting of them. Maybe if they're nervous, you got to just reassure them. They're hostile, just be open-minded to what they're saying. So there's a lot of ways that disarm, and like some tactical things that you could literally, like, it says disarm people with words. So what are words that disarm people? I'll give you a couple. That's a good idea. Oh, okay. Or, yeah, that actually makes good, that's good sense right there. That makes sense, right? Disarmed. Or, oh yeah, I like that. Disarmed, right? All three of those little easy phrases, that's a good idea. That makes sense. You know, I like that. Those are all things that are going to disarm somebody a little bit. And once you disarm them, they're going to open up. They're going to open up a little bit. So like, once you get them disarmed by just opening your mind, giving them a little compliment, telling them that you like where they're coming from, and then you start to probe and trying to figure out what's going on. And instead of being direct, right, we want to use the indirect method here. So, ask questions. Say, hey, Echo, could you explain to me what we're trying to get done here? That's a lot different than, what are you trying to do here?
Right.
That's an attack almost.
What the hell were you thinking?
Hey, could you explain to me this? Because I'm not sure I understood it. I didn't really see everything here. Or, hey, I'm having trouble understanding this. Can you help me? Because I'm not sure. I don't think I get this. So now when I say that to you, you, in order to explain something, you have to actually open up. You have to say, okay, I'll tell you. Well, as soon as you say that, now you're opened up, right? Now you're opened up. And when you open yourself up verbally with an idea to explain an idea, then you open yourself up mentally too, because now we're having a discussion. And that's what I'm trying to make happen. So it's pretty easy. I shouldn't say it's pretty easy. If you think about it and you just think about those simple phrases that you can use to disarm people of, hey, it's a good idea. Or, I like where you're coming from. Oh yeah, that makes good sense. Or that is the way you disarm somebody. Very simple.
Yeah, and there's little things you can do even straight up outside of any specific like scenario, where how some people are just more approachable than other people, and then some people just aren't. So what you can do, and what I've noticed, is people that don't talk negatively about people and don't come in just talking negative in general. Like, I knew a guy, I still know him, but I don't see him anymore hardly, but every time he'd come in, the first thing out of his mouth was something like, I don't know, traffic was bad. It was something bad. He was just complaining about life, and it was just a matter of what particular thing he chose to complain about, but it was always a complaint, everything. And another thing he would do is, let's say someone would say something, oh, hey, did you see this or that or whatever? This was real cool. He'd be like, yeah, but, and then say something bad and kind of dump on it, Yeah, that's true, but, that kind of stuff. So don't do that. So that seems kind of easy, but you'd be surprised where.
Don't be super negative is your statement.
Don't be a negative person in general. So right off the bat, you'll be kind of one of those guys that's more approachable. But here's one that's harder. I mean, it's simple, but it's kind of harder to do because I think it comes kind of natural. Simple, not easy. Is don't talk bad about people. And when people are talking bad about people, like to you or around you or whatever, don't like jump in and kind of accommodate them. And I'm not saying reject them or even talk bad about them talking bad about people. Don't do that. Just don't be one of those people. Yeah, here's the thing. I'm going above and beyond saying don't be, certain people, that's all they do is gossip about people. Of course, that's a no-brainer. I'm saying never do it. try to never do it at any cost. Never do it. If you can, because basically you're trying to establish a rep of being this positive, approachable person. That's what you're trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
So even though people don't take specific mental notes like, oh, you're talking bad about this person, you always talk bad about people, you feel it. So you ever been around somebody who tells you secrets every time they see you? Like, hey, I'm not supposed to tell you this, but this. And you're like, dang, this guy's telling me all these cool secrets. I like being around him, and that's typically why people tell secrets.
And I'm never going to tell him any secrets.
That's exactly right. So, this guy's talking bad about people, or this guy's being negative or whatever. When it comes to you, why would I want to trust in this guy or talk to this guy about this, especially if we're going to do something together,
So you're kind of coming at it from the other perspective, not how would you disarm someone. You're just coming at it from how do you be a person that doesn't even need to be disarmed.
Yeah, exactly. So you're so at the start point.
No, you're actually right. So you're saying if I know you as a guy that doesn't talk bad and doesn't tell secrets and doesn't, then I'm gonna automatically be a little bit disarmed.
You're gonna start off a little disarmed.
I like
exactly.
It. So you've developed a relationship with the person.
Yeah, with everyone, really.
Make that your goal. Make that your goal.
Yeah.
Good.
I think so.
Check.